80% of cars should be electric and half of homes should have heat pumps in the next 15 years. That is a key recommendation from the government's independent climate advisors. The Climate Change Committee says if the UK wants to meet its legal target of reaching net zero by 2050, then more still needs to change in the way that we power our day-to-day lives. Our climate editor Justin Rolat explains.
Cutting carbon has been pretty painless so far. It's meant switching away from polluting fossil fuels to more renewable power. But that is going to change. Emissions reductions will increasingly depend on the choices we all make as consumers. The committee says that by 2040, 4/5, 80% of our cars are going to need to be electric and half of our homes are going to need one of these, a heat pump. The message is very clear. The UK needs to do whatever it can to electrify everything.
So what have we here, Lucy?
But there is a problem with electricity prices, as Lucy Hayden's home illustrates.
This is my hot water tank.
As well as her heat pump, Lucy has this.
And this is my home battery.
She charges it up when prices are low, so she has cheap power all day long.
With the battery, it's currently costing me £100 a month to run my home. Without the battery, that would be more like £170 a month, which is roughly what it would cost me to if I still had a gas boiler. And so I was still heating the home with gas.
So the heat pump isn't saving you money, Lucy?
It might be a small amount, but not really, no.
Without an expensive battery, the savings are tiny. And remember, heat pumps are also more expensive to buy than gas boilers, which explains the committee's key recommendation.
We say you have to make electricity cheap, but it is also the fuel of the future. And regardless of what you think about climate change, what we are laying out today is a massive industrial revolution. It's an energy transition. It will benefit the economy. It will save the economy money by 2040. It saves people money on their energy bills. It saves people money on their driving costs. But all of that is underpinned by a cheaper electricity price.
And the committee has other recommendations. It says no new boilers should be installed from 2035, just 10 years' time. It says we should be eating less meat and dairy. Cattle and sheep numbers should be cut by about a quarter by 2040, it says, and suggests some pasture land could become woodlands or wetlands. And it also says the cost of flying will likely rise as airlines pay for the industry to be decarbonised, so your foreign holidays could get more expensive. The latest carbon budget comes as some politicians are questioning the need to tackle climate change. 2 weeks back, Reform UK said it would scrap the net zero agenda entirely.
Net zero is one of the areas where all the parties agree. Everybody agrees. Labour agree, the Conservatives agree, the Lib Dems agree, the Greens agree, the SNP agree, Plaid agree. Everybody agrees that our net zero targets are desirable, achievable and attainable, apart from, that is, the new kids on the block in Parliament, which is Reform UK.
The Climate Change Committee's response to that? It says investing in net zero is not just about climate. It is also an investment in the country's future prosperity. And it says the savings should start to kick in from around 2040.